2023 five-star quarterback and Tennessee Volunteer commit Nico Iamaleava will be opting out of the Elite 11 finals this weekend.
Man, oh man, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about and go over in this video, and I am extremely excited about it because some of these topics, they really intrigue me. But overall, I think the main topic is Nico, the five-star quarterback who's committed to Tennessee. He's dropped out of the Elite 11. For those of you that don't know what the Elite 11 is, it's a pretty big and prestigious camp where all the top quarterbacks go and they compete for that #1 spot. Your current #1 quarterback in all of high school, Arch Manning, he didn't even decide to go to it in the first place. A lot of people have said and stated that Arch didn't go to it because he's too chicken and he's scared of the competition. I'm not even going to give my take on that situation because to say that Arch Manning is scared to go to Elite 11, I think that's utterly ridiculous. Do I still think he's somewhat overhyped? Yes, but I don't think he's scared to go to a camp. Anyways, getting back on topic with Nico and why that's relevant, since Arch Manning decided not to go, Nico was the odds-in favorite to win it. But out of nowhere, he dropped out of the Elite 11 for a reason that I think a lot of you would not expect. I can honestly say this without a single doubt in my mind. I don't know if I've ever seen this happen before in my life. We're going to talk all about that. You're going to want to stick around, and we also got some other stuff to talk about like I stated earlier. As always, we're on the road to 200K. We are less than 4,000 subscribers away. So if you enjoy football content, consider hitting that subscribe button. And now without further ado, let's get into it. Nico. I have been doing some research and I've heard people pronounce his name this way as Nico Iamaleava. I'm still trying to learn his last name because obviously we're going to talk about him for many years to come, so I want to be familiar with it. But for now, I'm not too comfortable with it just yet, so I'm still going to refer to him as Nico. We'll talk about his situation in just a second and I'm going to show you a video clip. But first, we got to go over everybody or one of everybody's favorite topics on this channel, and we got the bold predictions. These bold predictions, they're from fans all over college football. They're not my predictions, I'm just reading them off to you. This is the 3rd edition, part 3, whatever you want to call it, and I really like looking at these, so let me know in the comment section if you enjoy it as well. Starting it off hot, bold prediction number 1, Notre Dame beats Ohio State and Clemson. I think in one of the previous videos, a bold take was Notre Dame beats Ohio State, and I already said that was just not going to happen. So yeah, not going to spend too much time talking about that one, but this one says Oklahoma going undefeated and heading to the college football playoff. Okay, what about that one? I do feel like, and I hate to use the word sleep, but a lot of people aren't talking about Oklahoma enough. It's really funny if you think about it because Oklahoma, out of every team in the Big 12, they've been the most consistent for the past 20, 30 years, yet you still got Texas fans clinging on how in 2005 and 2006 they were really good. That just goes to show you Texas can go literally 5-7, 6-6, 7-5 every single year, and they're still going to get the most hype and attention. I don't want to go on a major Texas rant here. As far as Oklahoma going undefeated, I don't think it's insane to say that. Let's look at the common facts. They're not in the SEC yet, they're still in the Big 12. I think overall the Big 12 is the 2nd best conference, and you could make an argument for the Big 10. No. What am I talking about? It's the Big 12, no questions asked. The Big 10 is the most overrated conference of all time. All they have is Ohio State and the rest of the teams are goobers. At least when you look at the Big 12, they have a bunch of solid teams. You're going to have Oklahoma, maybe Texas, Oklahoma State, and Baylor. But Oklahoma just got that brand new head coach, Brent Venables, and I think he's going to be a-okay, but it's rare for a head coach in his first year to go undefeated. Moving on to the next bold prediction or hot take, whatever you want to call it, Arch Manning decommits from Texas. Yeah, I'm going to shut that one down really quick and not going to spend too much time about it. That's not going to happen. Arch Manning comes from a very high class and just elegant type of family, and they do things by the book. There's no shot he would have committed to Texas if he had any questions about it. I don't think he's decommitting. There's not even a chance. Next hot take and bold prediction, Miami wins the ACC. Are we sure that's a hot take? I mean, the ACC is really weak. And when I say really weak, I mean really weak. The ACC is similar to the Big 10. They just got one major contender, which would be Clemson, Ohio State. But overall, the ACC is still weaker than the Big 10. And I'm really starting to believe this. We joke about the Pac-12 and they're a complete joke, but the ACC isn't too much better. So to say that Miami might win the ACC with that great quarterback Tyler Van Dyke, or at least he's supposed to be great, not absurd. Next hot take we got is Mr. Calzada, the guy who beat Alabama. He will beat him again, but on Auburn this time. Wait a minute, isn't his name Calzada or is it Calzada? No. It's Calzada, right? Yeah, that's right, because Calzone, that's a joke and troll. I even was calling him that all throughout the season. Okay, anyways, if you are confused by that, Zach Calzada, the quarterback for Texas A&M, he transferred to Auburn. So what that person is stating, he will beat Alabama once again, but this time as the Auburn starting quarterback. I have a tough time believing that because number one, Auburn is about to have a really bad year and they're going to have a down year. And number two, Zach Calzada's not all too great. And I already know what somebody's saying. Yo, Matt, how you saying he's not all too great? He beat Alabama last year. What are you talking about? I've already given him his flowers multiple times, and I've raved on how great he played in that game. There's been some outstanding quarterbacks who have beat Alabama and Nick Saban. I'm talking about Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, Johnny Manziel, Joe Burrow. But that performance last year from Calzada, it was one of the best I've ever seen. His team didn't win the game because of defense. They gave up 38 points to Alabama. They won because of Calzada. He scored 41 points. It was up there with some of the best quarterback play I've ever seen against Alabama. Even though he did play amazing, I'll tell you this right now, he'll never play that good again. Why do I say that? Because the games after Alabama, it was like he didn't even play half as good. I don't know if he was drinking some of Michael Jordan's secret stuff before that game, but he hasn't been the same ever since. We got a couple more to look at right here, and this is my favorite one. Brock Bowers wins the Heisman and becomes the first tight end to ever do so. If you don't know who Brock Bowers is, he's a tight end for Georgia, and that dude is a beast. When I tell you that is a rare specimen to play the tight end position at the college level, I don't even know if that does it justice. I absolutely love, and let me repeat that, I love everything about his game. I want you to imagine this. He's built identical to Rob Gronkowski, but he's faster and quicker. I saw this man last year catch passes and outrun cornerbacks and safeties. And why it's even more scary is he's about, 6'5"? I don't know how tall he is, but I think he's around 6'5", 230. And don't quote me on that, but I know it's something around that area. Okay, I actually looked it up because I know somebody's going to be like, Matt, you're lazy. And I was actually right. He is about 6'5", 225, 230. And last year, as a freshman for Georgia playing the tight end position, he had 56 catches for 882 yards with 13 touchdowns. I would say that Bowers, he's Stetson Bennett's favorite weapon. And that's really strange because in 2022, who would have thought a major D1 program's quarterback's favorite weapon would be a tight end? I know I said it, but I'm going to say it again. That fascinates me. Keep your eyes on him throughout the year. This next one says, Ole Miss goes 11-1, only losing to Alabama. Not too much to say about that. Do I think Ole Miss is going to go 11-1? More than likely, that's not going to happen. I see them going 9-3, 8-4, maybe 10-2. And last but not least, this one says, not super bold, but Texas loses to Baylor, K-State, Oklahoma State, and Oklahoma. I can already smell the delusional Texas fans right now. They're typing in the comment section saying that's cap, that's not going to happen, and it's us versus the world. I don't know why, but Texas fans think when people say they're going to go 8-4, 9-3, they think that everybody in this world's against them. No, I'm being serious. Texas fans are so delusional, they think that people actually hate them, but nobody hates you, Texas fans. They're just speaking the truth. I might as well show you this. These were some of the honorable mentions, and they were all stuff about Texas. I see no lies here. This one says Texas is not back, and Texas will unsurprisingly go 5-7. Texas fans, I want you to pay attention to this, and please listen. The only reason people joke on you, it is because you're so delusional. It makes no sense how you can go 5-7, yet say, oh yeah, we're going to be back next year. It doesn't work like that. Unless Nick Saban comes into your program, it's not going to happen like that. And maybe it could happen, but why it's been so funny over the past 15 years is because it's a repeating cycle. Every single year they go around 8-4, and when the year's over heading into the offseason, they say, oh, we got a brand new coach, a new quarterback, we're back, baby. Until you win a championship, until you even freaking make it to the playoff, you're not back. Like always, I'm very curious. Let me know your hot takes down below and what you think about those. Finally, we can get on to the main encore, the main topic of this video. No other than Tennessee's 5-star quarterback commit, Nico. Most of y'all know how I feel about Mr. Nico. I personally think he's the #1 quarterback in the class with Arch Manning. This dude's amazing. He's 6'6", 200 pounds. He can throw the deep ball. He has great zip and he's exquisite on his passes, and I could go on and on. I love everything about his game. He's got great anticipation. You could go on and on for hours. And it was looking like he was going to prove that maybe he deserves that #1 spot at the Elite 11. The Elite 11 is a prestigious camp for all these top quarterbacks, and the finals were about to happen, but Nico, out of nowhere, dropped out of the finals. Why did he drop out? For one of the weirdest things you'll ever hear about, for a volleyball tournament. Yes, that is right, you heard me correctly. 5-star quarterback Nico, and I'm not laughing about it, it's just strange. has opted out of the Elite 11 to play volleyball. Some might ask, well dang, if he's getting $8 million from Tennessee, why doesn't he just quit volleyball and focus on football? To answer that question, it looks like and appears like he's going to finish out high school volleyball and then just do football strictly by itself. But he's not a quitter, and he might as well finish out his high school career because he likes being around his teammates, and here's what he had to say about it. My obligations were to my b-ball team, and unfortunately nationals were at the same time. This is my last tournament with my brothers, and I couldn't miss out on the opportunity. My words don't do it justice. I respect that so much. I don't think winning the Elite 11 is bigger than winning the Heisman or a national championship, but it does matter. Even till this day, people remember who won the Elite 11 in 2017 or 2018. Not your casual fans, but diehard fans. The Elite 11, and I can't stress this enough, it's a pretty big deal. And for Nico to drop out of that to play volleyball with his teammates that he promised he would, I respect it a ton. Whoa, hold on. Some of you were probably thinking like me. I wonder how good he is at volleyball. I actually have a TikTok video I'm going to show you, and it shows his highlights, and this guy talks about it. So Matt, roll a clip.
2023 five-star quarterback and Tennessee Volunteer commit Nico Iamaleava will be opting out of the Elite 11 finals this weekend. Why, you might ask? It's due to his volleyball team being in nationals. I saw the news today via On3 Recruits on Instagram, and honestly, I don't blame Nico. From what I've seen, he always seems like he's more of a team player first, and I get that. You don't want to ditch your team. A direct quote from Nico said this: "My obligations were to my volleyball team, and unfortunately nationals were at the same time. This is my last tournament with my brothers, and I couldn't miss out on the opportunity." And as we can see, Nico's pretty good. But anyways, the rest of the Elite 11 will be kind of headlined by Malachi Nelson, Dante Moore, Christopher Vizina. You see the whole roster right here. Just ignore the fact Nico Iamaleava is still on the graphic. This was obviously put out before he announced that.
A 6'6", 200-pound volleyball player with that type of vertical? He's a human cheat code. My man was flying through the air. He looked like a praying mantis with a 48-inch vertical. Me personally, if I gambled, which I don't, but if I did and I had to bet on who I thought was going to win the Elite 11, I'd have put my money on Nico. I thought he had a good chance of winning. Unfortunate, it didn't work out that way, but at least he's playing volleyball. Let me know in the comment section who you think is going to wind up winning the Elite 11, and if you think Nico would have won it if he would have stayed. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I want to talk about. Let me know your thoughts down below and everything we talked about. Bye!